Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yup, what's good, original crew, man? We are back. Hey, we got another watch mojo, man. We got the Diddy trial. 6 latest bombshells you miss. I ain't gonna hold you, even as much as I try to tune in, I'm sure there's bombshells that I've missed, you know? Mm-hmm. How you feel about that? I'm just playing. It's all trust. I'm just playing. Hey, with that being said, before we get into it, man, make sure y'all check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go. If you want the first part, you got to do it. Check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's visuals,
like it in with a thumbs up.
I'm gonna try to make sure we stay on course today. I'm gonna try not to deviate and drift off and go into these top, what I normally do. Let's go. Let's check it out. Let's see what's about. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's get it.
Former Diddy employee who'd spent years in his inner circle. She claims that he kidnapped her and threatened to kill her.
Welcome to Watch
Oh, that's Mia.
Mojo. And today we're detailing all the bombshell revelations and occurrences from the third week of Sean Diddy Combs' federal trafficking trial.
Huh?
Kidnapped and I thought that was the other one.
So
She said that too?
What's that, Capricorn?
I thought it was Capricorn said he kidnapped her. And then...
Capricorn did say that is Capricorn. Capricorn did say she was kidnapped and assaulted. Mia said she was assaulted and abused.
We'll see that's...
Because the dudes that were... Damn, Diddy, how many assistants you had?
A lot over the
Because
years.
he got the 2 dudes that was the assistants.
Mm-hmm.
Capricorn was the assistant for a long time. And kept leaving and coming back, but she was being, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then Mia said she was fired, sued him, and still came back. But that doesn't make sense, but okay.
Warning, certain information contains distressing details.
Oh, how y'all feel about these cars? Y'all, this is one thing me and C always we be like, bro, I was expecting like a boom at the car.
Yeah, when they kept saying the car was blown,
it's damaged, though.
I'm thinking like movie type blown up. Like I don't know why it was, but I was just like,
it's a more blown up image that we've seen so far.
Yeah,
like this big. I didn't know the interior of the door was damaged too, though.
Yeah, I could kind of tell on the other pictures, just and then the roof or whatever. Yeah. But I don't know. I was just thinking like in flames. Yeah, like the whole car just. Yeah.
I was thinking of something totally different, not this.
Not saying bad. Like this is damage, of course, and someone did it, but like
this fixable though.
But I was just thinking something different.
Federal trafficking trial. Warning, certain information contains distressing details.
True.
He witnessed Diddy beating Cassie and once heard her say she wanted to climb over a hotel balcony to escape the former music mogul.
Diddy's former employee tells all.
Today, jurors heard from Capricorn Clark. She was a former employee of Combs who testified that the music mogul kidnapped and threatened her during her time working for him.
Capricorn Clark, a former employee of Sean Diddy Combs, delivered explosive testimony to start the third week of the music mogul's federal trial. Clark claimed that on her first day working for Diddy, he threatened her about her past ties to Death Row Records, saying that if he found out she had ties to Suge Knight, he'd, quote, have to kill her.
He told me he didn't know that I had anything to do with Suge Knight, and if anything happened, he would have to kill me.
Clark also recounted a time when a diamond jewelry bag in her possession went missing en route to Miami.
She claimed Diddy once accused her of stealing diamond jewelry.
She said Combs allegedly left her behind where she was picked up by his security.
Y'all, that part was so confusing, how a lot of people was reporting on it. I was like, huh. Then we finally was able to pictures, like put everything together. It was like, oh, I'm thinking this, because people was telling it like so confusing, you know? Mm-hmm. But we was able to pinpoint like the direction they were going with it. And I was just like, oh, you think she stole them jewelries?
I had somebody.
I think.
I'm like, they don't just come up. Like, where is it at?
I think he had. I don't know. Speculatory.
Especially since we already kind of like know and people have admitted on stand that they were taking stuff from him.
True.
So.
That is true. People did. Yeah, that is true. See, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. It's a possibility. I ain't gonna hold you. That's just
Because you know,
speculation.
sometimes people are
That she
like,
possibly had
hey,
something to
like
do
they
with
got so much, they ain't gonna notice it's gone.
it. Fat, yeah, true.
So they're like, you know,
and
this ain't gonna hurt you.
And a lot of times y'all start off with small shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Then he ain't noticing this, he ain't noticing that. But it's jewelry, bro. I'm gonna notice my jewelry missing.
Locked in an empty office and subjected to 5 straight days of polygraph tests.
Clark also telling the jury that a large man repeatedly administered lie detector tests to her on suspicion that she stole jewelry loaned to Combs.
One of the men administering the tests allegedly warned her that if she failed, they were going to, quote, throw her into the East River. She also said Combs physically assaulted her after a chef she confided in told him that she hated her job.
She said Sean Combs charged.
Girl, y'all, she said she asked for that turkey bacon. Oh, girl said, we got turkey nothing here. She said, I hate it here.
I say it had to have been deeper than just the turkey bacon. It was already things built up. And the turkey bacon just took it over the top.
The turkey bacon made you say, I hate it here. That's what a kid to say, though. You know?
No, you be like, you know, you be holding and bottling so much, and then you like, man, at least the turkey bacon would have made me feel a little better. Y'all ain't got no turkey bacon. I hate it here.
Has she ever had turkey bacon?
Maybe so. For her to ask, they probably just didn't have any at the moment.
So that should have made you blow up like that.
That's why I said it must have been deeper. And
No,
it was like
so I'm
other
saying,
stuff.
like the thing.
Cause I be like that sometimes. Like I be bottling.
Bro,
and then that one
turkey bacon, turkey bacon. If we normally have
At
it, like,
least
we ain't got turkey bacon today. Oh dang, we ain't got turkey bacon. Or if you ask
we
for,
ain't got no turkey bacon. I hate it here.
Or if they ain't never had it, why are you expecting it today? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just playing. I don't know.
At her and kept shoving her with his hand. She demonstrated for the jury until pushing her.
My bad. We reenacted it. That would make me. Cause we had reenacted the scene.
You hurt me. Stop. You hurt me.
Cause we was reenacting because we was like, so how he was pushing her up out the crib.
And you was hurting me then.
Man, y'all so
being all rough and stuff.
You was pushing me too.
Yeah, because you told me to.
No, I didn't.
You said, do it to me. I said, huh?
No,
I did. And you said, no,
I didn't. I did it to you. You said, well, now let me do it to you. That's what you said.
Well, you
because every time we do something, I do it. You be like, well, let me do it too. That's you.
Well, maybe that is what happened. But also, I'm not the one that initiated wanting to demonstrate. You came in there.
No, I said, let me see how they. Because she said he was pushing her out. I said, let me see how he was pushing her.
Kept shoving her with his hand. She demonstrated for the jury until pushing her all the way out of his house in Miami Beach when she said that she hates it here and forced her out of the house.
Clark's testimony also further outlined Diddy's alleged control over Cassie Ventura's singing career, saying he micromanaged everything from her looks to her opportunities. In December 2011, Clark alleges Combs showed up at her home in a rage, armed with a gun, after discovering Cassie was seeing Kid Cudi. She purports that he said, quote, get dressed, we're going to go kill him, and essentially kidnapped her.
She says that Combs showed up to her apartment early in the morning with a gun and kidnapped her.
So now, with that being said, on that ground, what does, in that instance, to y'all represents kidnapping, right? If I tell you to get dressed, come on, we finna go handle Kid Cudi. You be like, oh, no, come on, girl, let's go. And you walk out with no force. Is that kidnapping?
I guess it was because, like I told you, because you asked me this already. I guess because it was a weapon involved.
But they also asked, did he directly ever point the weapon at her?
I know, but it'd be
and
more.
she said
but
no.
This is the thing you have to understand. But sometimes it'll be more so like you do something out of fear because you don't know.
So let me then put this in place. It's hearsay that he even had a weapon because there's no physical proof.
Right, we talked about that, but I'm just saying what was stated on the stand.
Yeah,
I get that we don't know. That's hearsay. You don't have video or anything that he had a weapon.
Yeah.
It's just your word.
It's just your word. Your
but,
word is.
Yeah, I know.
In
that
the court
much.
law, your just your word
but
alone
I'm just saying
is not
what
enough
was stated
evidence.
on the stand.
And that's the thing I will say about a lot of the evidence that the prosecution is pushing. It's a lot of hearsay. Even though somebody might cooperate the story, the only problem I have is the fact that everybody that are testifying and being called as witnesses are still in communication to this day, even through the trial. So we don't. Ever since 2018, all of these individuals have been in communication with each other.
Yeah.
None of them said, "Hey, no, I don't communicate with them. There's no connection. Once I left Diddy, I left everything." Yeah. No, they still say, "Yeah, we frequently still talk. Yeah, we go have brunch together. Yeah, we, you know what I'm saying? Y'all still taking photos together. It's still life of the party. We don't. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't like that factor of it. And I will say, one reason why I'm still on the fence pertaining to this trial, and I didn't follow another trial, but I'm gonna reference it. I 100% thought ASAP Rocky was going to jail. Mm-hmm. They had video proof showing, and he still was found innocent. But I didn't watch the trial, so I don't know how he was able to get off. But I was like, with him being able to get off, and the person that was being shot at him said, who shot at you?
Yeah, I can't speak on it because I didn't watch the trial.
But I'm saying, I was thinking from the things that I saw, I was like, dang, Rocky gone.
Yeah.
He got, when they said not guilty, I said, huh? So now, like, I was like, dang. So that's the reason why it makes me think, you really don't know the average everyday person and their thought process and how they process information. You know? So in a case like this, putting people on the stand with no, like, direct proof of anything from Diddy, like, because all of them do seem like all his ex-employees, especially the women, seem as though sometimes they're praising him, but also other times it's like, I got fired, so I don't really, you know what I'm saying, right, with the fact that I got fired, but all of them still kept trying to come back, even after, and it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Clark says she stayed in the car once they arrived at Cuddy's house and secretly warned Ventura via a burner phone.
Testifying that a short time later, Cuddy's car pulled up next to them and then took off.
On cross-examination, Clark admitted that while Cassie had talent, she felt her live performances were lacking and that her substance use was interfering with opportunities.
Now, let's be real. She said she didn't say she had talent. She said she was she has talent. She's not talented. She has talent, but she's not talented. She's more of a cute face. That's what Capricorn said.
To tell if you wanna stay.
Breaking down in court, Clark recalled messages she sent to Combs in 2014 and 2015 begging for forgiveness.
She repeatedly tried to get back into Combs's good graces to work, even up and including in 2024.
She described feeling like a protector for Combs, saying he had no one else looking out for him.
Her explanation was, I had to work. I had to put food on the table. She said that she has a son with autism who is nonverbal. She has to provide for him.
Los Angeles police officer takes the stand.
But also with that, a lot of us been fired before. You go get another job. Mm-hmm. There's plethora of jobs out here in the world. There's plethora of opportunities.
And what does she mean about by he had no one looking out for him? Like, she felt like his protector, he had no one looking out for him. I wonder what she like.
Because I know she was
like mean by that. Because just me personally, like,
she did say she also said she was assaulted.
Me personally, take it however you want it. But if I'm in a situation where I'm constantly being mistreated, I'm not trying to protect that person, and I'm not trying to be associated with that person.
You kidnapped me and constantly threatened my life.
I want to disconnect myself with this person by any means. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, that's just me, and everyone is different when it comes to certain things. But
and he did
I don't
fire
know if
you.
it was just. I don't know if it was just because money was involved or whatever the case may be, and like she like, oh, I need the money, or I love the lifestyle. I don't know what it is. Some people will look past certain things for other beneficial reasons. I don't know, but just me personally, I couldn't be in a toxic environment like that.
So what you saying is she did get an escape a couple. I'm just saying no. I'm saying I'm trying to. She was able to leave a couple times because he fired her. Now she can go out here and do what she needs to do. But she kept trying to come back. So you said I would try to find something.
I said what I said.
The jury also heard from a Los Angeles police officer who responded to Kid Cudi's home after the rapper reported a break-in at his house.
Officer Christopher Ignacio testified that he responded to a potential burglary at Kid Cudi's home on the same day Sean Diddy Combs allegedly broke in. Ignacio said he and his partner arrived to find a black Escalade parked outside. The vehicle sped off uphill as their marked patrol car approached with lights and sirens activated. He did not pursue the SUV, stating that no crime had been confirmed at that point.
That when he ran the license plate, it was registered to Sean Combs' company, Bad Boy Productions.
Upon entering the unlocked home, Ignacio found no occupants, but observed high-value items left in plain sight. He noted that Cudi appeared, quote, flustered when later interviewed, but did not report a firearm being involved or any property missing.
The defense is also using these witnesses in their own right as well, because we heard different versions of what happened on that event from Capricorn Clark, Kid Cudi, and now this officer, the officer saying he didn't see a car chase.
Los Angeles Fire Department arson investigator speaks.
So does that validate the story, or
validate what story?
They're still not. The officer said he never seen a car chase. Capricorn said there was a car chase. Kid Cudi, I don't think he testified of a car. I can't remember what.
I guess the only other thing that it'd be able to place someone from that entourage or whatever on the scene is him running the plates, and it did come back as a car from
Bad Boy,
yeah.
But
that's
that doesn't.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that will be able to, you didn't see anyone, you didn't see a car chase, you didn't see actual like individuals committing the crime. You just seen the car, basically leaving the scene or leaving the area.
Yeah. And the only thing with me, I want hard evidence. I 100% haven't been shown or given hard evidence in a case. That 100% not besides the videotape of the altercation that happened in the hotel lobby. That's hard evidence. Now, and I will test. We've seen pictures and images of the abuse that he did do to Cassie.
Yeah.
I'm 100%. He's guilty of that. I heard they got video footage of the FOs, the freak offs. Also on that end, and I was like, and I also heard, and I can't remember who I heard this from. They obtained some of the videos of the freak offs from Cassie, not Diddy, because also it was stated that some of the freak offs was recorded on Cassie's phone, on some of her devices, his devices. So it's on plethora of devices. So that's the reason I was like, maybe that's the reason why she still had possession of some, because it was on her phone.
This Kid Cudi car fire is a big part of the prosecution's case.
LAFD arson investigator Lance Jimenez testified that he investigated a January 2012 fire involving Kid Cudi's Porsche and observed a cut in the canvas roof and burn damage throughout the vehicle's interior. Jimenez stated that he believed Cudi's Porsche was deliberately targeted.
He said somebody had lit it, cut the roof, and dropped it into the front seat. And he said, in his opinion, it was targeted.
A burned bottle was found on the front seat, a scorched cloth on the console, and a disposable lighter just outside the driver's side. DNA testing was conducted on the items, but only the bottle yielded a result, a partial female DNA profile, though Jimenez clarified he lacked expertise in DNA analysis and couldn't interpret its significance. Kid Cudi previously testified that he believed Diddy was responsible. Judge denies mistrial.
We've just learned the judge has denied a request by the defense for a mistrial to be declared.
In a rather dramatic moment, the defense sought a mistrial after accusing the prosecution of misconduct.
Combs' legal team accused prosecutors of misconduct over the implication that the music mogul might have destroyed fingerprint evidence.
Their accusation stemmed from Lance Jimenez's testimony that fingerprint evidence collected from Kid Cudi's home following the alleged trespassing incident had been destroyed. Defense attorney Mark Agnifilo called the prosecution's line of questioning, quote, outrageous, as he believed they were insinuating Combs had something to do with it.
When the prosecution started asking about, has this ever happened before, that's when there was a big objection by Mark Agnifilo, the lead attorney for Sean Combs. There was one recess, then there was another recess, and then when we returned from that recess, that's when Ms. Shapiro said that the jury has now been prejudiced, that there is an inference that Mr. Combs had something to do with the disappearance of those fingerprint cards.
Judge Arun Subramanian denied the motion, instead instructing the jury to disregard any mention of the fingerprint evidence.
The judge, he shot it down, but he did bring the jury back in, Morgan, and instructed them to disregard any of that testimony from the investigator whose name is Jimenez.
Celebrity stylist's testimony.
Deontay Nash is a close friend, or was a close friend of Cassie Ventura. Specifically, he was her stylist and had been working for Bad Boy for about 10 years.
Deontay Nash, testifying under subpoena and expressing reluctance to be there, stated he began working for Diddy and Cassie around 2008, starting as an intern before becoming a stylist. Nash testified that he witnessed Combs threaten and physically assault Ventura, including one incident in 2013 when he jumped on Combs's back in an attempt to protect her during an alleged apartment attack.
He was a phenomenal witness for the government in trying to show coercion and control and the assault.
He also alleges Diddy threatened to shelve Ventura's music career, release sexually explicit videos of her, and get her parents fired.
He heard Combs tell Cassie that he wouldn't put her music out, that he would get her parents fired from their jobs, that he would put out sex tapes.
Deontay said Combs was physically aggressive towards him as well, once, quote, popping him on the head and grabbing his shirt. He also alleges Diddy once threw him onto a parked car during a 2013 music video shoot.
He once threw me on the car and started choking me out.
Nash went on to describe an unsettling incident where Diddy tore through his home searching for Cassie, even checking the oven.
When Combs showed up at his apartment and looked in the closet, looked in the oven for Cassie. And when asked by federal prosecutors how many times he helped Cassie hide from Combs, Nash telling the court, too many to count.
He further testified that Ventura routinely packed a black duffel bag filled with adult entertainment toys for weekly hotel stays with Diddy.
You see them scars on her forehead? And I could also see that scar on the eye over here a little bit. She did go through abuse. At what state, I can't say. But it was violently, you know what I'm saying? To the point where she's left with all these marks and stuff, these permanent marks on her. So I'd never say she didn't go through anything like on that end. I just need other evidence for other things, you know what I'm saying, for what he's on trial for. You know, and that's the only thing that makes me like still, I do feel like he's going to go to jail, but I don't know what for. I don't know like what he's all going to be held accountable for. Because on the ground of the arson, I'm like, there's not 100% significant information for me to say he's the one behind it. It's all speculatory evidence. It's not proven that you won't have a reasonable doubt because there's no physical evidence that, like physical evidence or like factual evidence is a point proven. Hearing people say, I believe this, like that's not, because I don't know your relationship with him. I don't know if you got ill will, something, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, like, because a lot of people go on and stand and lie. A lot of people have, you know what I'm saying? Didn't Lil' Kim go to jail for lying on the stand? I think that's what she had went to jail for, lying on the witness stand. But you just never know, like, but I would want more physical proof and more like direct evidence to say that's beyond a reasonable doubt. Mm-hmm. You know, that's the reason why if I'm like looking at it, I'm like still it's a slight hung on a full RICO and a sex trafficking, but pertaining to the abuse, because that's not what we're on trial for, I can't convict him of that because that's not what he's on trial for.
Yeah.
And you know, we looked up some of the statutory what's the statute?
The limitation.
Statute, I said, why I say statutory? Statute of limitation pertaining to some of these charges on a case. And if they were tried individually, I feel as though their statutes have already came. Like they can't be tried for certain things. I mean, he can't be tried for certain things.
But since
it's a RICO,
yeah,
and everything's all into one.
He packed a black duffel bag filled with adult entertainment toys for weekly hotel stays with Diddy. However, on one such occasion, Ventura's 29th birthday, Nash claims she confided in him that Combs was angry because she didn't want to go to the hotel and, quote, freak off with him.
His testimony having to deal with the corroboration of Cassie saying to Mr. Nash that Cassie has said that she did not want to do these freak-offs, that she did not want to go to the hotel.
Before we continue...
But by him saying she told him, but she still doesn't give deniability that she did not want to be a part of because no one confirms that she told Diddy that. So I might be telling you I don't want to do the freak out, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like somebody might be like, I don't smoke no more. I don't want to smoke. Then they go out here with the smokers and I'm having a good time. And then go back to, I ain't really want to partake in it, but they made me. You know what I'm saying? Like you can look at it different ways, and it's like to me that's not valid evidence or proof that she didn't want to partake in it. You know.
Make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Former assistant testifies under a pseudonym.
A former assistant of Combs taking the stand under the pseudonym Mia, telling jurors about the times Combs allegedly forced himself onto her sexually.
A former assistant to Diddy, testifying under the pseudonym Mia to protect her identity, described a chaotic and toxic work environment during her time as both his personal assistant and director of development at Revolt Films.
She said that she really worked in fear and that sometimes she would go days on end, Kate, without sleeping. And that in one instance, when she was working for Combs in Las Vegas while he had nightclub appearances, that she went 5 days with no sleep.
In her testimony, Mia accused Combs of repeated violence, recalling instances where he allegedly threw her against a wall, into a pool, and chucked an ice bucket at her head.
She witnessed abuse, that she was abused by Combs, violence, sexual assault.
She also alleges that he indecently assaulted her, quote, multiple times, including once after her 40th birthday celebration.
Prosecutors allege that Sean Diddy Combs used his power and his money to run a criminal enterprise and coerce women into sex. And they're hoping that witnesses who were once in his inner circle will help prove that.
Mia also allegedly witnessed Combs physically abuse his former partner, Cassie Ventura, recounting incidents where he purportedly threw her to the ground, cracked her head open, and once chased her during a 2012 trip to Turks and Caicos, where Ventura allegedly feared for her life.
Mia also recounted a story about Combs coming to Ventura's apartment one day. He was very upset. He couldn't reach her. Ultimately, he ended up attacking her and hitting her head on the side of a bed.
Mia described seeing Ventura with many visible injuries, adding that she would often hide in hotels until she healed. She testified that Diddy maintained control through fear, secrecy, and the belief that his, quote, authority was above the police.
And she said his behavior could be, quote, unpredictable and terrifying.
Mia also recalled being responsible for preparing and cleaning hotel rooms for her ex-boss. She says she often found the rooms in disarray, with candle wax, baby oil, and blood of various sorts, ultimately describing the freak-off aftermath as a, quote, nightmare.
Combs has pleaded not guilty to all of the charges in the case.
Are you following the federal trial against Sean Diddy Combs? What revelation has shocked you the most?
Why you look at me like that?
How you tape?
How do I?
I was just gonna say how you tape Mia.
Honestly, I'm taking everyone's statements and testimonies or whatever the case may be with a grain of salt, because it's just kind of like I stated earlier, if I'm able to get out of a situation, I'm not begging to come back. I'm not constantly like putting myself back in that situation. So for like a lot of like Mia or like Capricorn, whatever, y'all was able to leave and go. Mm-hmm. If I'm experiencing all this stuff, I'm not turning around and putting myself back in the same toxic environment
and being assaulted. I'm saying physically and sexually.
Over and over and over again. I'm not doing that. Like if I can get out, I'm out and I'm gone. And that's that. or if, yeah, I'll just say that. If I can get out, I'm gone. I'm not coming back. So for some of them, I can't remember which one was it. Like, y'all was just recently trying to come back in 2024.
Capricorn.
Mm-hmm. So
she had her lawyers reach out.
Yeah. So with that situation, I'm just like, that's weird to me. Like, you said you experienced so much. Like, y'all went through hell with this man.
He threatened your life multiple times.
And I get it that when it was good, it was cool.
Yeah.
But for me, the bad outweighs the good for me, especially what y'all are claiming happened. I just cannot.
You was out. I said, and you had it out. You was out.
Yeah, and you know, we always say, well, it's, you know, when you in a situation, like, it's easier said than done to leave, but y'all were able to leave like that with no problem. So why do you want to return to a situation like that, or be working for a man like that? I wouldn't, personally. I'm just not doing it. Like, I don't know, one day I may do something tick you off, or one night you may be this and you may do something else. Like, I just can't take that risk, and I'm not going to. So it's just kind of strange to me. So I don't know what the push was for y'all to want to put all of that to the back and be like, you know, maybe he's not that, or make an excuse. I don't know what it was, but there's no way that I'm putting myself back in that situation.
Also, which I know they didn't show in court. They tried to bring it to court. It was denied, which was the video we saw.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Of her.
Yeah.
Because, again, we found out who Mia is, and you can find out the information about her on the internet. It's not hard to find. And there's things you can also find. So seeing her speak about Diddy in that video, what tone do you feel as though she was speaking? Like, was she speaking as someone happy, proud of him? Like, or do you feel like she spoke as somebody in fear? Like, forced to do those videos? Or does it come off more willing and happy and...
Probably more so, I guess, willing, happy, excited. This my homie, this my boy, this my dog.
Love you forever.
This my, you know, it was like one of those things. Like a video I do to a friend, like a close friend or a family member or whatever.
Somebody like your brother or sister,
you
or
know
a
what I'm
close
saying?
cousin.
Like, I'm speaking highly of this person. I'm not speaking highly of nobody that has wronged me. I'm not. And I can't fake it. But I keep reiterating that everyone is different.
Yeah.
Like, the way I'm set up, I'm cut from a different cloth. I'm not doing it.
But the whole tone of the video is it's like you speak highly of a parent, a grandparent, a sibling, a close family relative. When I say close, I mean somebody you was always around, you have nothing but positive moments of.
Yeah.
Or a best friend that you've been through thick and thin with, and you like,
even
like how you speak about your best friend for like
yeah,
like if her birthday's coming up and they like, hey, can you do a video?
Yeah.
You're gonna big her up to the most, right? And that's what it gave me.
Even with the information, can't remember exactly where we heard it from, but even with going out of your way to do the interviews of people and the letters.
Oh, so she was like, it was a time where she said, what do you give somebody who has everything or can get anything they want to? So she went out her way and made basically a scrapbook. She reached out to multiple people.
She did interviews with people, had them send in videos and
and she put together this big old scrapbook.
It's very time-consuming, and it's very
thoughtful.
It's very thoughtful, very from the heart, very like.
You don't do that for somebody that has wronged you. I feel.
I just find it just a little
weird.
I'm just not. Maybe it's just me. Maybe because I'm the type of person where you got one time to like. And that's that for me. You know what I'm saying? So, and I guess I have to keep saying I do understand everybody's mindset is not different. Everybody's situations are not different. I mean, are not the same.
Yeah.
So
they are different.
They are different. They're not the same. I don't know what it was. I don't know if the amount of money or the lifestyle would, you know, make someone want to stay in a situation that's not so healthy. So that's the only thing I can think of, the reason why people were okay with staying around and tolerating things if it happened.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Or constantly keep coming back once you leave.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
I'm just adding that.
Yeah.
But hey, man, y'all spam us up in the comments. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts about it for us down below, man. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
Sierra Nicole.
We are.
Kid and C.
We are.
No time to kick it, got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar.